because today we have an important topic to discuss, and we'll be talking about recession and inflation. So let's begin. In the beginning, I want to introduce myself a little bit so you'll understand why I'm presenting this information. So I'm decision making and spiritual coach with academic background. I have a bachelor degree in behavior science. I also accomplished 100 hours a course of personal and family budget consultant. This is actually the place where I first saw how can information can be good structured and how much it's easier to make decisions, all kinds of decisions, and of course financial ones. I also accomplished a lot of coaching courses and seminars, as well as spiritual growth courses and seminars, but our today's topic is about financial situation, so we'll talk only about finances. I got few messages where people are asking me when more spiritual topics will be on the channel. They will be very soon, and I'm working on it. But today I want to talk about financial situation, about recession and inflation. So this video is not about bad financial habits and about debts and how to return debts, how to avoid wrong ways of spending money, how to change your bad financial habits to better ones. Maybe I will make a video about it, write it in the comments, and also of course we can work one by one on your specific situation. Today we're going to talk about behavior in this recession time that happens from time to time. It's a natural process of the market, and you need to understand the recession is not yet a financial crisis. It's just a slowdown of the market, and here I prepared such graph. I'm not a good painter, but it's how economics grows, how it works. So it can be on its very low, it can grow, come to some peak, be very high. Then we have a recession, and it can lead to a new low, but then it will grow again and achieve a new peak. And what is very common that each new peak is higher than the previous one. It's very common, and the new low is still higher than the previous low, probably because of inflation and a lot of other factors. We will not talk about it too much, but generally it's how it works in general in economics, and we are somewhere here, maybe somewhere here on the way to the low, so maybe we're not yet feeling too much of this recession. But we definitely already are feeling inflation, no matter what we buy, if it's fuel, if it's food, if it's makeup, if it's I don't know, a new car or a new skirt or a new computer, feeling that the prices are not the same, they are higher, and this is what inflation causes. And this time of recession means that the market is slowing down a little bit, and when the inflation is going up, the problem is that our salary is not always going up. Of course, someone who is self-employed can increase their prices wherever they want. Some of people are doing it. I personally decided that I will not increase my prices, at least in 2022 and maybe the first 6 months of 23, but you can expect that even some self-employed professionals you are working with will increase their prices. So what do we need to do in this situation? So first of all, we don't need to panic. It never helps, and it only makes your decision-making processes more complicated. So avoid making any decisions out of fear. We just need to be more mindful and more frugal about our expenses and things we buy and our savings. But you need to remember that when we are calm, our rational mind and also our intuition works better. So this is the first advice that I'm always given in most of situations when we see something unknown and stressful. The first thing is not to panic, because it will really help you to make rational decision along the way. The second thing is you need to know what do your household buys a lot and what you don't buy. What does your household uses a lot? What do you use a lot? What do you eat a lot? What do you use in your everyday routine? Some, I don't know, maybe laundry detergent, maybe shampoos that you use a lot, maybe wipes, maybe rice, maybe flour, maybe oil. What do you buy and use a lot? Because to buy a lot of things doesn't mean that you will use them. So you need to understand, to look on your pantry and to think, well, we're eating a lot of those and those things. I'm using a lot of these things, for example, for cleaning or for my skincare routine or for my kids or for my pets. You need to know what things you're using a lot. And if you use something in big amounts, avoid buying it in singles. For example, we eat a lot of tuna, so we almost never buy such single tuna. We buy it in packages of 6, 8, bigger better. And things that you buy, things that you use a lot, you need to buy in a bigger packages, kind of bulky or wholesale. Buy it in Costco, buy it in Beaches, buy it maybe from manufacturer if it's possible. If you live close to some manufacturer and you can just come there and buy it in a big box that you will use. It will last you for a while, and maybe you'll pay a big amount in the beginning, but it will save you a lot of money, because the price difference is huge when you buy singles or you buy big packages. From another hand, if you don't use something a lot, you don't eat it or you don't use it for your household needs, do not buy it in the big packages with the thought, little by little I will use it someday and I will put it somewhere, it's okay. Because things you're not really using a lot, they take space in your home, and also they take money from your pocket, from your bank account. And it's better to save, to have those money available on your bank account if you'll need something, than to stock things that you're using once in a while and it's not necessary to have them in big amounts. It's not saving you a lot of money because you're not using those things a lot. So here you need to have two strategies. So things that you do use a lot, you need to find a way to buy in as bigger packages as possible, packages of 6, 8, 12, maybe even boxes if it's possible, like bulky shopping. Things that you are not sure or you know that you will not use fast and you don't use it a lot, avoid of buying them in bigger packages. For example, I will give an example about perfumes or makeup. For example, if you have an evening perfume that you use few times a year, there is no sense to buy it 100 milliliters, even if it will be cheaper per milliliter. Then you'll buy a small flacon of it, but you will use it like in 5 years or even longer. So it's better for you to buy the smallest one, to pay as less as possible, because you really will save money. And another perfumes that you use every day, use a lot of it, it's better to buy a bigger package, because really you will run off it very fast and you will need to buy a new one. Okay, Um, I'll just check that I didn't forget something. I wrote a few notes. No, I didn't. Okay, so let's continue. The other thing that is important to do is plan your shopping. Like, especially I'm talking about grocery shopping and about shopping of gifts. Because when we buy things on last minute, when we buy things on a closest to our home store, it often means that we are overpaying, and closer doesn't mean the cheapest option, the best option. So when you go to a supermarket, to a grocery store, plan what do you need to buy, so you will go to your local mini market or small supermarket that you have in your neighborhood as less as possible, because probably things will cost there more than in a big store where you do your big shopping. So talking about gifts, I am always trying to buy gifts in advance, because I can see where are the good deals, discounts, and if I don't find something that is good enough for my needs, or I don't like the price, or I don't like the product, I still have time to buy it somewhere else. And when you buy presents, gifts in the last moment, you almost don't have a choice. You need to buy it today no matter what, because in a few hours you need to go to birthday party or something like that. So try to plan it in advance. And of course, about groceries, try to plan as exactly as you can, like the amount of things you need. So you will need to buy minimum of things during the week in your local mini markets. The other thing is have some cash in your bank account, or even you can have an envelope some cash. I recommend to have in a bank account amount of money to pay for few months of your mortgage or your rent, because like I don't recommend to keep all your money in stock, or invested in stock, or invested in some other financial project, because during the recession, more than ever, the stock market and different businesses can go up and down, and if you'll need your money like right now, you'll be kind of forced to sell your stock no matter what, and it can be a very low price that will not serve your interests. So don't hold all your money in stock. You need to have at least for 3 months of your mortgage, at least, better 6. You need to have at least amount of money to pay 3 months of your mortgage or your rent if you're renting, available in your bank account. Of course, some people say, oh, I will keep 1 year money, and I will keep 12 months, I will feel more secure. It's a little bit tricky, because from another hand, yeah, you can feel more secure because you have this money. From another hand, we need to keep in mind there is an inflation, and our money are definitely like influenced and affected by those factors of recession and inflation, and we're kind of losing money if we keep big amounts of money in our bank account. So that is why it's a little bit tricky. Of course, I'm not a broker or something like that, so I'm not giving here any legal advice, but I think my personal opinion as a decision-making coach is not to have too much money, not invested anywhere, but yes, to have some money that are available right now. So the truth is always somewhere in the middle. Maybe don't have amount of money to pay for 12 months, but 2, 3, 4, 5, or even 6 months, it's better to have those funds available to pay and to use them wherever you will need them. Okay, and the last but not least, we all have some weaknesses. We like to buy certain things. Lots of us do, and it's absolutely normal. It's nothing we need to be ashamed of. I personally have 3 weaknesses. I like to buy office supplies, also stationery things. I like makeup, and I like perfumery. So in order not to buy too much things, what I find effective, first of all, to know what are my weaknesses, and when I do know it, this awareness already helps me to spend less, to buy less than I would buy spontaneously without being aware that, oh yeah, I have a weakness to buy all those stationery things, all those office supplies, or all those, I don't know, perfumes or lipsticks or whatever. And of course, sometimes I will even not enter the store where those things can be bought, because sometimes it's can be too hard not to buy something. From another hand, I enjoy even looking on things, so sometimes I'm just entering to see them. But what I want to recommend is to have, first of all, this awareness helps us. And another thing that I recommend about it is to have an organized and limited space for those things that are our weaknesses. For example, I have this huge box for my stationery extras, that here I have all the new stuff, and when I know that this box is full, I'm just not buying more things before I use something from here, and they know, oh, I took this notepad from here, so now I can buy a new one, or I took few pens and now I can buy some new pens. So this is what I do. Like, I have a limited space for those things. The same thing is for makeup. I will show you. For example, those are my lipsticks, and I know when it's full, I'm just not buying more. It's like FIFO, you know, first in, first out, or I need to throw something away, or I'm not buying. And you know, this really lowers my motivation to buy something, because I like all those things, I don't want to throw away anything, but I know that I have this limited space and I will not buy more. The same thing can be, of course, about any other things that you know that you buy a lot, that you enjoy buying, you enjoy having those things. It's normal to enjoy things. We live in a material world, and that's fine, but we need to be aware of it, and we need to be in control of our spendings. That's pretty all I wanted to tell today. I hope it was informative and helpful. I'll see you in my next video. If you need decision-making coach advice and consultation, please feel free to contact me and to schedule your first appointment. Have a great day. Please subscribe to this channel and see you in my next video. Bye bye.